Hi, everybody. Here we are for the full moon. So happy you're here for this world service meditation, which is different than just a regular meditation because we're meditating for everyone, holding for everybody by our concerted effort in our organized alignment, by our organized light. We join together and create a group field that has power. And we've been talking about, in the last classes I've been teaching quite often, about light, love, and power. And the real power of an organized alignment, and how important it is to know your alignment, to be able to recognize your alignment as a sensorial experience. I am aligned. I am not aligned. I'm wobbling. I'm solid, right? When you meditate, you are strengthening your alignment every single time, every second. Every nanosecond that you spend in alignment concentrates and strengthens your alignment. So I'm so glad you're here from all over the world. We have Australia representing and England and Japan and Encino. And Tombstone, Arizona, Hank. Thank goodness. And all of you that are here, thank you. It's so powerful meditating together in real time. Having said that, this will be up tomorrow on YouTube, and you can join it then again, or if you missed it or miss it, I always put them up the next day, so you can watch the recording the following day. The full moon is exact tonight, or tomorrow morning actually, at 5:54 a.m. in the morning. So some of you that are early birds, and this is of course Pacific time, you can watch it, in real time at the exact time of the full moon. But there's power in, if you've noticed, if you've been ones that have listened to it later, or if you've been in the meditation, how different it is. And you think, what's the difference? It's the exact same thing. Because it's the energy. And I learned that a long time ago when, in the old days, we used to do group phone calls, these kind of group calls, and everybody'd be on the phone. And we'd have 50 people, 100 people on a phone call. And I thought, this is never going to work, because I was teaching at that point only in person. There was no other options except for in person. And then there was this phone thing, and people wanted to come in on it from different places. And so we tried it, and it was so powerful that 2 times in a row, we blew the circuit. Somehow, the circuit just kind of blew up. This was a long time ago, but it was like in the beginning stages of that. And I thought, how could it be as powerful as being in person to be on a phone call together? And then again, I said the same thing with Zoom. And it's really strange because, I don't know, sometimes I think it's more powerful. I think it's to do with the distance and these points of light all around, right? So if we were all in one concentrated place, there's definitely a quality that happens in that environment that is very potent personally. But when we're in different countries, different cities, in our own house too, you're like bringing everything with you. So there's something about it that's really, really strong. So I'm so glad that when you come in person, and I'm also so glad for the ones of you that turn your video on so I can see you, because I do see you, and it's nice to see you, to just have that contact, And it's also fine to leave them off, because I understand. And for some of you, it's, 3 a.m. and things like that. So I'm just happy you're here. So tomorrow it goes up live. And make a little intention right now to really get something from this in a way that's unique. This is powerful tonight. This full moon is powerful. This year is powerful. Everything that's happening right now is powerful. There's a lot of intensification that's happening, as we've been talking about in my classes. We talk more about like what's actually happening. But meanwhile, I mean, look around. It's pretty obvious things are happening. And so more important than ever, my one word, I'm calling this meditation tonight, alignment meditation. And if I could just say the word alignment and then never speak again, it's that big of a word. It's that important to have an alignment, to keep making that alignment more precise, right? What stops alignment is fear, right? Wobble, the wobble of life, things happening to us that are happening in our life, outside our life, inside ourselves. We can be the wobble, right? Our reaction is the wobble. Alignment is pure because the soul is in meditation deep. It's not wobbling at all. So when we find that connection point and we keep remembering all day that it's there, you keep returning and returning, and you wobble, wobble, return, wobble, wobble, return, get dunked, bob back up. It's like there's this wonderful, quick return where we can right ourselves no matter what's happening around us. And I've been saying that for as long as I've ever taught meditation. No matter what's happening around us, keep your center, right? That's your job. That's our job. That's our privilege. By even knowing what these words mean, or that we're practicing doing these things in our lives, that we're building a muscle. And boy, is it being honed now, right? Honed and forged to make that steel stronger. As there's more and more wobble around, it becomes more and more important to keep your alignment. So I'll ask you, to think of this. Well, the full moon's in Leo, right? And so we're in solar Aquarius, so it's all about this new coming times that we're stepping into while things are sort of breaking down, new things are coming forth. And Leo is all heart, right? All heart all the time. And the full moon's in Leo, so you Leos will be feeling this a lot right now, of course. But all of us we have Leo somewhere in our horoscope, right? And so wherever Leo is in your chart, that's what's highlighted right now, is where do we need to be braver? Where do we need to have courage? Where do we need to have heart? Where do we need to have brave heart? Right? And so the question I would ask you to think about as we go into the meditation in a little bit is I'll say it this way. What triggers me? Think of it that way. What things are triggering, right? And how can I be braver about that? How can I stand into that trigger? How can I keep my alignment even if I'm triggered, right? I've got a SoundCloud meditation up on SoundCloud that's called Triggered. And it's a long, very old meditation, but it's a good one. And it's about what do you do when you're triggered, right? So what do you do when you're triggered? You find your alignment. You come back to center. You don't react, or you try not to react. Or even if you do react, you recover from the reaction, right? And the faster that turns, the better. The faster you can return back, recover from whatever wobble or reaction we might be in, the better, right? So you keep coming back to the alignment. So I'm teaching right now at Meditation Mount a class called Learn to Meditate. And of course, you can take the beginnings of meditation 1,000 million times, because we just have to keep going back to the basics, to the ABCDs. And I'm saying the same thing to this new group, right? Of maybe some of them have never meditated before, right? And how important that alignment is to find your center, to recognize your center, to know when you are in it and when you're not in it. because you don't want to really move from out of center. You want to move from center. You want to speak from alignment. You want to do from alignment. And when we're out of alignment, kind of everything we do kind of gets worse and worse, right? It kind of tumbles out and starts dominoing out into other things. And then we've got this chaotic situation. To me, like spirituality is taking chaos and bringing it into order. Right? So whatever way we can, by a breath, right? To take a breath and we bring ourselves back into order, no matter what's happening. Might have just been crying. We might have just been upset about something. We might have just had something happen. And can you come back to the center? And it doesn't deny the experience, nor say that you shouldn't feel it. But how fast can you recover? How fast can you come back to center, even though, right, that emotion is really big, or that experience really rocked you in some way, or there's a lot of fear in the air, as there is right now. Because you know why there's a lot of fear? I mean, obviously, but I mean, to say it in a more general sense, because of the unknownness. And then what's going to happen? And then what's going to happen, right? There's this, we don't know where does it stop, right? And so this thing that's rippling out right now, there's a fear of unknown, which is always what, for the human being, throws us. We don't know. And there's that old kind of Buddhist position of you don't know anything ever anyway, right? It's like it's all change anyhow. We think it's organized. We think we can control it in a way, but we really, really can't. We're just going for the ride of this experience. But we can take responsibility and create art out of the messiness of things and the chaos of things. We can create order to some degree in our own bearing, in the way that we're holding ourselves, the way that we're looking through our own eyes. How much reaction are we in too, right? And knowing that if we're in reaction too, that when you meet, I am in reaction, here this one's in reaction, and kablooey, it's just going to get bigger. And so it's not to get detached to the point of like, I feel nothing. It's not that. You feel everything. And you still stand there, right? My heart can hold it all. We feel it all. And you still stand present. Even when you're in despair. Even if you're rocked. And still you stand there. In all of that. That to me is the kind of beauty of it. That you're not trying to get rid of stimuli, right? You're not trying to stop things because you can't anyway, but you're standing in the center of it, being present to whatever there is. And so the first thing I teach those beginning students, number one, which is our number one still, is you stay present no matter what. How do you stay present no matter what? So things don't just slip out like, well, how did that happen? Or where did that come from? You see it coming. We've seen this coming. We've been talking about this for 3 years and longer, actually. But 3 years actively talking about this big wave that's happening right now. So I remind you of your alignment. I remind you of the only thing that matters. And I was telling kind of everybody this whole week, to all my clients and in my classes, I've been saying to everybody, the only thing that matters is my alignment. That's the only thing I even care about. Doesn't matter what I think, doesn't matter how I feel. It matters my alignment. And so that's precious to me, right? That's the thing I won't give away. That's the thing that I won't compromise, is that alignment, right? So you're always finding and strengthening that alignment, which we'll do in our meditation, so that you have this place in you that no matter what's happening out here, there's a part of you, like the soul, that is in meditation deep, right? And so there could be this big thing happening, big argument, big fear, big changes. And it's not detached, I don't feel it, or I've got my head in the sand. Present, right? Fully, 100% present. And that's a practice. It's a life practice. It's an ongoing practice. Things will throw us off all the time, are throwing us off all the time, and it goes back to that, how quickly can you recover? And what are you recovering anyway? It's just coming back to center, coming back to true self, soul self, conscious self, right? That's that old soul that's older than this, really, really old, right? And there's this part of you that is ancient and that does know this. So that's what we're going to work on in our meditation today. It's very intense right now. It's going to be like that. It's going to stay like that. So we've got plenty of practice time in life to work with and touch that silence. So when I asked you earlier, what triggers you? What triggers me? Just notice what it is, because it's something for us too, Whatever we're getting triggered by is something about us. I would never do that, kind of reactions and things like that, right? That what we're triggered by. The unfairness, things like that's one of my triggers. I get unfair. That's not fair. It's old for me, right? So, a lot of things. And life's not fair. Who said it was fair? Nobody said that, right? but some expectation, right, in myself that things should be fair. Just as an example, right? So what triggers us is our work, our own work, in our own lives, in our own development as conscious soul. And the other thing to wonder about is, and I want you to think about this right now and even make notes about it later maybe, which is, what helps me stay aligned? What helps me stay centered? What doesn't help me stay centered? Right? And it's a good question to ask. And the answer's not fixed. Right? It's not always. It's just mostly, and now maybe, that answer can change all the time of what helps me stay aligned and what triggers me. Those answers will change in our life for all kinds of reasons. But anyway, for right now, how would you answer that? What helps me stay aligned? And just think about that, just softly, like what makes it easier? What makes it harder? And when we go into the meditation, we're going to call in that help of what makes it easier, what makes it better. Not easier, because it's not an easy time right now, right? But it's still a conscious time. So no matter what we're looking at, we're watching, like if we're watching a play at the theater, every single drama, why it's called a drama is because it's a drama. Something happens that's bad or scary or tension filled, right? And we're all watching, and that's sort of where we are right now. We're in this drama. Everything's at a crescendo, at the high apex of intensity. And you can watch it like, wow, right? Present, knowing there'll be resolution, but when, we don't know. Decades, days, who's to say? But all I know, and what I know, is to be present to whatever it is. Whatever it is. We're so good with babies that way, right? Being present to the baby. The baby's present to us too. And we're present to the baby. And there's this relationship of presence between the new one that we're taking care of that doesn't know. And in a way, life is like that. Can you be present to this experience like it's new, like it's brand new, or that you're brand new to it? So remember that thing I teach all the time from the Dalai Lama, which is happiness is acceptance. And people hear that often as happiness is resignation, acceptance, that kind of acceptance. Oh, I give up. There's nothing I can do. Oh, there's so much you can do. Every moment there's so much we can do, right? But the acceptance is to say it is what it is. So here we are, and it is what it is. And this is playing out, this karma, right? This karma is playing out. This Civil War karma, this Revolutionary War karma, this world karma. It's not just United States, because everyone's in this, right? And so can we be new-eyed to that? And can we keep our center however it plays right out? And so that's what we're going to do in our meditation. And we're going to strengthen our alignment and make it be a thing that you can know and recognize and touch inside yourself. This deep calm that even though things are moving, you can have this place in you that you can move to and stand present to, no matter what it is. So ready? So we're going to do our meditation now, and I'm going to light a candle, which you can too if you want to, or you can just use mine. Good. So just as you start here, just take a breath or two and just notice where you're at, how you are. Notice how you are. And use your breath to notice it with. Your breath is going in, your breath is going out. As you breathe in, you sort of take your temperature, noticing the state of your union, right? The state of self. And there might be various things going on, many, or one. But whatever it is, just notice all of that. And just keep using your breath to condition through your heart chakra your emotional field. So imagine that you could breathe through the heart center, not that muscle so much, but the center chakra, breathing in and out through the heart chakra. And as you do so, gently breathing, letting the whole emotional field, that is like an auric field around the whole body, be conditioned by the heart. You're breathing gently in, you're breathing gently out. Quietening the body through the heart, quietening the emotions through the heart. And just feel yourself slowly come more and more into this moment, more and more present, still breathing through the heart chakra. And feel yourself start to calm down. And sort of imagine this lift up within yourself. In case you've been kind of hunkered down, right? Kind of curl up in a ball sometimes inside, right? Sort of lift up like a flower blooming towards the sun. The sun is the light of the soul. The sun is that higher self, right? And that universal light. And we sort of raise up to it. And that's literally a function of raising our vibration from fear to love, from anger to acceptance, from jealousy to appreciation, awe, right? So you're taking these kind of lower vibration things that are in our field sometimes, all different ways, for all different reasons, and you're raising it up now And you feel this quality of lifting up as you quiet down. So more and more the self becomes more still. And we're going to use the heart center today because it will help to use that chakra primarily in this particular meditation on this particular full moon of Leo. Heart. Breathing gently through the heart. Feel your own strength. Not in defiance of anything. Just the strength, the idea I've been teaching recently, light, love, and power, right? The strength of your living consciousness, connected living consciousness. And in your heart, in the center of your heart, just say the phrase, I am centered. I am present. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. So I like it in that order. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. This is the alignment. I am centered. I am meditating. That sentence I've been using in all my classes recently is so powerful. I am meditating, using your will, not to arm wrestle, but to intend. I am meditating, and so you are. I am present. Om. I am centered. Om. I am meditating. Om. Memorizing this place energetically, memorizing this place in your body, self, memorizing this place in your energy fields. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. This is my alignment. Memorizing it into your feet. Memorizing it into your eyes. To everything you see, open eyes, closed eyes, is moving through this awareness. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. So that your skin, your organs are all humming with this vibration of presence. Inhaling in presence. Exhaling presence. Really there. Really here. Really real. True self. Soul self. In the form, in form, in a body. Using these eyes, this voice, this touch, this awareness, this consciousness. In everything you do. Really being grateful to have this recognition of presence, like real presence, 3D, 5D, right? Presence, wholly present. And in that presence, there's stillness. And in that stillness, there's awareness. And in that awareness is all that is. In that big love. That we're connecting heart to heart with the heart of the self, to the heart of the soul, to the heart of all that is. And then feel all that inner spaciousness. Of loving presence. Of peaceful presence. So that you are literally embodied. Vibrationally embodied as love. As pure consciousness. And when we're there, the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think, the things that we do become potent and powerful and meaningful and helpful and healing. Just because you're standing in line at Trader Joe's, your presence. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. I am pure awareness. And as pure awareness now, behold our world. And send light. Send intelligent light. Wherever your mind moves to, light. Awareness. So you become radiant. Because of your alignment. Because I am present. Because I am meditating. So the more still you become, the greater is your light. And from this place, say this blessing to your world. All blessings to all beings. Letting it radiate from you, from the pureness of the presence that you're holding, from your heart. All blessings to all beings. And you hold for the highest good. And you hold so that you can stand witness. And you hold so that you can help. And you hold in the courage of the heart. Because our hearts can hold it all. And you take this presence with you out into your world. And in these last moments of this meditation, just sense in a simple way what helps me stay aligned. Alignment. What helps me stay centered. Notice what answers are right there. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. This is my alignment. Good. And when you're ready to, breathing that in and out through the heart. Still conditioning the field as stray thoughts come in and out, not getting hooked or tangled or caught like a fish with a thought, just letting them go through right now. I am present. I am present. Until it starts to feel natural to begin to transition out of this meditation when you're ready to. Nice. Do you feel it? Memorize it. Use this meditation again. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. It'll be up on SoundCloud also, just the meditation by itself, audio only, and audio video on YouTube, the whole thing. Make it your practice right now. Everywhere you go when you're driving, present. Right? When you're out in the world, present. When you're at home, present. Like just bring it in. Like this is what your work is to stay here, now. Right? And just use that as this gift that you bring. Because when you come in, you go to somebody's house in presence, it's different than when you don't. Right? I hope they like me. We're not present anymore. I am, right? We're not there. It creates a sense of security, actually, of self. Because we're old. We're so old. So you're bringing that ancient wisdom with you, with the insecurity not so much flashing and alarming out, but you just bring this strength with eye contact, with a handshake, with opening the door for someone, all the ways. So there's so much more, but thank you, and you get it. Thanks for being here for this full moon meditation, Leo. And the next full moon is March 13th, which is Thursday. The next meditation class is February 27th, which is also a Thursday. So maybe I'll see you there. And I thank you very much for being here and holding the space so well. And it really does matter right now. And it always matters. It actually always, always, always matters. But you can notice it more now. So keep your center. I am present. I am centered. I am meditating. This is my alignment. Yeah, good. Thank you. I'll see you next time. You're welcome to stay in this space. We'll have music playing. You can stay in meditation if you like. And I'll see you next time.